Hello and welcome to Marketing Solutions for Local Law Firms, the podcast that provides you with all the latest digital marketing tools, tips, and strategies you will need to implement in order to stay ahead of your competition. If you are looking to substantially increase your caseload in the next 6 months, this is the podcast for you. And now, here's the host of our show, the local business guy himself, Frank Deming.
Hello, everyone. This is Frank Deming, the local business guy. Welcome to another episode of Marketing Solutions for Local Law Firms. Happy Wednesday. Happy Hump Day, everyone. I hope you guys are having a rockin' week thus far. And before I get started with today's content, which is not a lot of content, I just want to wish you guys a happy 2024. May this year bring you all of the health, wealth, and abundance you have been seeking all this time. This episode is I'm not going to have a content-rich episode today. What I want to focus on today is to let you know what we have in store for you on this season number 5 of this podcast. I can't believe I've been doing this for 5 seasons. Unbelievable. I'm very, 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 very shocked at that. When I first started this, as you know, it was a different name of a podcast as well. But it was, I didn't start it out with a bang. I was a little bit unsure of what I wanted to talk about. So I was all over the map. And then fast forward from midway points from season 2 until now, I had a straight and arrow direction of where I want to take this podcast. And this year is going to be pretty fun. We're going to show up big. I have a lot of guests, aligned, that's getting ready to really show you guys a lot of stuff. I'm going to do, of course, the Meet the Attorney, because that was really, really great last season last year. And so I'm going to do some more of that, but I'm also going to have some more guests that I think are going to help you understand a little bit more about what, digital marketing is and what does it mean for attorneys, and how it can help you. So I'm going to introduce you to some experts aside from myself. So that way you get a different perspective. Because when I did that last year, I noticed that there was also an influx in downloads, and I got comments as well. So first of all, thank you for those comments, because your comments is what makes me get inspired as to what to deliver. I don't want to deliver something and no one's listening to it, no one's learning from it. So that's not what this is all about here. This is all about you as the listener and how well the strategies that we talk about can affect you and help you. And not only that, how well, how impactful it is for your audience as well, because, truly, really and truly, that's who you're affecting. It's not so much you, but your audience, because you get a chance to now put your best foot forward and show them what you're all about as a law firm. And that's what this is all about. So that's what we want to do. So some of the things that we're going to do, again, we're going to have some more guests. We're going to have, guest professionals within the marketing arena and how they themselves help attorneys, and, maybe some stuff that I don't do as a marketing professional. Maybe they do it. Like, for instance, I have a couple of social media people as well. Of course, I'm going to have my segment of with the great Laura Shipman, where we're going to talk about, what the social platforms looking like. But I've got other guests as well aligned that's going to, that have already said yes and said, yeah, let's get this thing going. So I'm really, really super excited about that. I'm going to get into a little bit more content stuff. I'm going to talk about strategies. I don't think I spoke about strategies enough last year. And with more specificity, I think this year is what I'm going to do. I mean, I was talking about a lot of general marketing concepts, but I think this year I'm going to go a little deeper and get you actual strategies, maybe some case studies. But with the case studies, I got to be a little careful. I can't mention actual clients' names because that's not fair to them. And plus, I don't have the permission to. But I will give you some examples of what you can actually benefit and how you can grow your firm using the strategies that said client did, back last year in 2023. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to sharing these things with you. I don't think I did enough of that last year either. And this is not just feedback. This is just me thinking of how much more value, I can bring you, as my listeners. I want you guys to actually start implementing. I'll probably start doing some more question and answers on this show, and hopefully I'm going to try this out. I don't know how this is going to work out. Hopefully you guys can participate. I'm going to have some questionnaires out there. And then when I get the results, I actually read them out to you. And if you fill out the form and actually accept me from using your name or your firm's name or whatever that the case may be on there, then I would do that as well. So that's a new thing that I think I'm going to try this year to, hopefully, again, bring more value. It's all about bringing more value to you as a listener and a consumer of this content. So, and then what else? What else? And then I'm going to, so let me start the interactive part now. What else would you like to see coming from this podcast? What are what's something that you say, Frank, I would love for you to talk more about XYZ. I'm going to ask that flat out right now. What else, so send me an email at podcast@lbmsllc.com. That is podcast@lbmsllc.com. My podcast team will collect these emails and send them to me. So, what is it that you would like to see? I think, based on other feedback I've gotten a list of what we're going to do. But if there's something that you say, I want to see more of, like, let's just say you want to hear more about SEO. I doubt it, but let's just say that's what it is. I will put some more content on that. If it's newsletter. A lot of people don't feel that newsletters work. And I got to tell you, I beg to differ. Newsletters work very well. There's a strategic way of doing it, obviously. And we could talk about that strategic way. Like I said, I'm going to talk about more strategies this time than ever. So let's drill down on it. Because if it's something that you say, I want to hear more of X, and I've already gotten in the program, I will respond, or my team will respond to your email saying, yeah, we have that listed. It's gonna come in, future episodes or whatever. So that's what I'm talking about here. So anywho, without further ado, I'm just going to put an end to this episode, but I want to also emphasize the fact that we're here for you, so if you can start interacting more, I love it when I do get those interactions. So I guess my wish or my ask, if you will, with you is that you interact more. Because when you do interact, it helps me give you the better content that you're looking for, that you want to know about. And not only that, it also brings forth a common topic that you'll see that, wow, my peers, other people who are in this industry, other attorneys, even not, maybe let's say you're a family law attorney and you're hearing personal injury attorneys with the same issues or same questions, you say, wow, personal injury attorneys have the same thing. So as estate planning attorneys, so as tax preparation attorneys, so do IP attorneys, etc. So that's important, because we'll all see how much, I mean, we are different in many realms, but how much we're the same in terms of strategies to get to the common goal. Now, I say that, but there are certain strategies that work well or better, with one industry than others, and one practice area than others. And we'll get into that as well. What is really, really good for family law, but not as good for personal injury, let's say, or vice versa. So those are the kinds of things we're going to talk about. But please send an email to podcast@lbmsllc.com. And just give me a list of other things that you would like to see more of. Again, do you want to talk more about pay-per-click marketing, SEO, website design, et cetera, et cetera? What are your desires in terms of what you want to hear more about? And I will definitely put together a program specifically for you. And I also want to hear more questions, because I want this year to be a lot more interactive than it has been. So without further ado, I'm going to put an end to this episode, folks. Looking forward to next week's episode. It's going to be a rocking episode. It always is. This is, again, just a preview of what's to come. So buckle your seats, because Marketing Solutions for Local Law Firms is in season 5. So until next week, take care and bye for now. Peace out.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Marketing Solutions for Local Law Firms, the podcast that provides you with all the latest digital marketing tools, tips, and strategies you will need to implement in order to stay ahead of your competition. If you would like to know more about the topic we discussed in the show today, reach out to Frank and his team at 888-416-7752 and schedule a discovery call with one of the marketing consultants. If you'd like to be a guest on our show, send an email to podcast@lbmsllc.com and we will put you on the schedule. With that being said, until next week, make it a successful digital marketing day. Peace out.